Fifth Rose comes from Southland, and in the form of Caitlin Russell, 19-year-old, and she's currently a nursing student at the Institute of Technology in Southland, and her escort, she's got 2 escorts, this girl, young lady. Her escort to bring her to the stage is her granddad, Billy Russell. So I'll ask Billy if he wouldn't mind shuffling along here and picking Caitlin's arm and bringing her up. Now, Billy was a £5 immigrant, 1962, is that right? £5 passage or something? No, not quite. £7.10. But anyway, there's your beautiful granddaughter if you'd like to bring her up the stage. And it's lovely for Billy and Maureen, Caitlin's grandmother and granddad on their paternal side to be here, and also her maternal grandparents are here too. So they're going to talk to them soon too, hopefully. Thank you very much, Billy. If you'd just like to just grab a seat nice and handy. When we're finished with Caitlin, you can come and take her home. Come back here, Bill. Don't go too far away. Hey, welcome to the stage, Caitlin. Welcome back to Taranaki.
Thank you.
Kind of like coming home, is it?
Very much so. Always overwhelmed by the family support when we come back here. So it's actually the first time I've been in New Plymouth for a while, because normally we skip right through to Kapōnga. So it's cool to see how the city's changed, and a big thank you to the Taranaki Irish Society, because you put together a beautiful event for all of us girls, and yeah, big round of applause for you actually.
Taranaki and Southland are very much alike, aren't they?
Yeah, big on the dairy farms. I'm not from the farm myself, as you may have suggested before. I have milked a cow, but I don't think anyone would be hiring me in a hurry, so.
But the people are similar too. You talk to Southland people, apart from they roll their R's a wee bit, but they have we have a lot in common, don't we? So,
yeah.
I guess because we're probably all agricultural, very heavily agricultural. Do you find that yourself?
Yeah, definitely. I think probably a bigger part of it is potentially that we're both regions that are a little bit isolated from the rest of the country. So while we're close enough to everyone else and we can get around, we still have that really tight-knit, strong community values, and we all stick together and look after each other, you know. Give each other the hand up a wee bit.
We do, and we play a bit of rugby against each other, and it's always a really good old competition, isn't it? Because half the grandstands down at Southland are filled with ex-Taranaki people that have moved down there, so all good. Caitlin, now you're the youngest, because you're the youngest of our roses, 19 years old.
Indeed.
And you're currently in Tim Shadbolt's free Institute of Technology down there.
A brilliant scheme.
Zero fees?
Yes, yeah. So, as many of you know, Jacinda has put the first year free policy in for tertiary education, but at Southern Institute of Technology that has been in place for a wee while, where there is a zero fees scheme. So I took advantage of that and have started my nursing degree there. And so last week I passed the halfway mark, so nearly through that, but due to studying there, I don't have any student debt currently, so that's allowing me to travel and go away and do some other things that I wouldn't have the opportunity to do otherwise.
Okay. You say in your bio that you like to go away and do a bit of aid work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whereabouts? Locally, overseas? Where?
Well, last year I decided, and much to mum and dad and grandma and granddad's, they were quite nervous for me. I decided that I was going to hop and tail over to Thailand for a month by myself. So being over there, it gave me a really good appreciation for what we have in New Zealand in terms of how lucky we are, but it also made me realise that there is still quite a gap in terms of the wealthier people in our community and the less well off. So I think it's really important to bridge that gap within our own community.
So you managed that trip on your own to Thailand. You actually went through the zip lining through the jungle or something. Well, tell me about that. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm actually a little bit scared of heights, and they told us that it wasn't that high. After we did it, they told us that 4 people have actually died on that course. So I'm glad they told us afterwards, because otherwise I don't think I would have done it.
Okay. Your connection through Billy and Maureen is at Tralee, isn't it?
Yes.
It could also be like homecoming coming here to this competition.
Yeah,
no, there could be the same.
Yeah, the aunties and uncles have been hitting me up on Facebook saying they wouldn't see me again, so that'll be good.
Caitlin, you've said that you've set yourself a little goal that you want to see 30 countries by the time you're 30.
Yes, high quality 30 though, you don't want to rush them. I think I'm sitting at 9 at the moment.
So you've got 11 years to cover another 21. So you've got a plan, obviously?
Roughly.
Roughly? You done,
see where it takes me.
Have you been throughout, have you done New Zealand yet? Like you've been all around here?
Well, that's kind of the next one that I want to take off first.
Yeah.
I really want to do
Starting
that.
to roll those R's a bit. I can hear Southland twang coming out.
Oh, I've been trying to avoid it. No, the next one that I really want to cross off is the Able Tasman in Nelson. So, yeah.
So obviously if this all went the way you'd like to hope it would, you'll be able to tick Ireland off.
I already have, but it would be lovely to go back, yeah.
Okay. So you've actually you've done a trip to Ireland. Tell us about that. How'd that go?
So I think it was just over a week, and Mum and I tiki-toured around in a rental car. So we spent most of the time in Northern Ireland with my grandma's sister and her husband. So they were very hospitable towards us. But me and Mum did end up having a wee bit of a screaming match on the motorway back to Dublin. So that made for an awkward car ride on the way back up to Belfast. But we seemed to get through it and didn't kill each other because we're both still here, so that's always good.
Yeah, Kate, you also, you're an ice cream maker.
Yes.
So what's that? You work is your dad Mr. Whippy?
Yes, Dad is Mr. Whippy in Invercargill.
Do they sell ice creams out? It must be too cold, wouldn't it?
Rubbish. It's never too cold for an ice cream.
What about hot chocolates or something?
Boring.
So you're quite adept hand at making Mr. Whippies. You must be really popular among your friends when you're a bit younger.
Well, I did get some marriage proposals when I was working in the Whippy band, so I guess that's always handy.
Well done. Now, okay, apart from that, you play a bit of sport, and you've played basketball at representative level, like that, representing Southland, or?
So I represented Southland right up until recently, where there's been a bit of a clash with where the tournaments and placements are, but the highest level I went to was the under-18 Koru development team, which travels away to Australia. Yeah, so that was a really good exercise of independence as a 17-year-old. So I got the opportunity to co-captain that team, so that was a really real honour.
One more question for you, Caitlin, but I better give your old granddad a bit of a nod to get started up here.
Come on, Charlie.
Can I ask Charlie, your granddad Charlie Matthews, to escort Caitlin off the stage? So time he gets up here, we'll have had a couple more questions, won't we?
Sounds good.
Now, you said that you don't like taking yourself too seriously and you like to laugh out loud.
It's a wee bit of an evil laugh if it really gets going, so tell me something funny and you might hear it.
Oh, well, you just have to talk to your granddad for that. He's got a few jokes up his sleeve. Hey, Caitlin, so obviously it would be lovely for you to win this Rose of Chile for New Zealand, wouldn't it? I mean, winning Southland would have been fabulous. I bet your granddad Billy and all those are really proud of you, but imagine what it would be if we could get you back to Highland, eh? Anything you like?
Got to pass this step first.
Anything you'd like to say to the judges prior to meeting granddad? Pick me.
Yeah, pick me. No, I think if I was to represent New Zealand in Ireland, I would say come to New Zealand. There's something for everyone, whether it is the adventure tourism, if you're keen to throw yourself off of a plane or a building or a tall tower, or if you prefer the serene views and beautiful landscape and waterfalls that we have on offer. We also have those, and we have lovely people, much like the Irish. So.
Well done, that's a lovely way to sum it up. And you've got both granddads over here to take the front.